Welcome to oh jeez.
Keep snacking.
Christmas snacks.
Holiday.
I'm Sumona Roy.
I'm Lauren Jones. And here's Lauren and Sumona. On the Zoom. We went to a Santa Fantastical last year. So if you're watching the Zoom, you're seeing us standing in a really big
when
ornament.
I visited Lauren in Atlanta last year during this time.
Yeah, it's almost a year. It's insane.
Time flies.
I have moved states since this, and this isn't even a year ago.
You were saying to me that, like, can you believe that it's been a year? And for me, I feel like it's been 10. I feel
right, because I'm thinking, well, part of it's like it has gone by fast, but then part of it, like, I'm thinking, okay, it's not even been a full year. I have moved from this area, south of this area where you came to visit me in Peachtree City, to Alpharetta for 2 weeks, to Boston.
Oh my God, Boston.
And back.
Right.
Like, and it hasn't even been a year. So there's that.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's been a year.
How many places have you lived in less than a year? It's insane. Well, and you were supposed to be in the city.
Yes. And I technically could still be in the city, but I'd rather be in my quarantine bubble with my parents. So,
but I mean, Sumona has a place that she's supposed to be moving into in the city.
Yeah, I just, pay rent for a place that I
I was doing it for a while too. I think the world has been doing it. So everyone knows we're just like you.
That's right.
We're paying for rent.
You can
and living with our parents.
You can catch us in Us Weekly grocery shopping because we're just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends just like you. I like that. I can't even do it. I'm wearing buxom on my lips today.
Oh.
There we go. And it's a little
it's slick. So it's hard to make the popping.
It's hard to pop. Yeah.
It's hard to pop. So I have to say, Christmas is my favorite time of the year. My favorite time of the year. Okay. And I consider myself, you should know by now, listeners, viewers, you should know that I'm a holiday TV movie expert. And so I've been watching a lot of stuff. Nothing has been great this year. I'll be honest. Nothing has been great. I had to rewatch Noelle. If you haven't seen Noelle on Disney Plus, watch it. So cute. One of my favorites.
What is it about?
Last year. It's about so Santa Claus passed away. So his son has to take the throne.
Oh my God, that is a lot.
He's old, okay? He's probably like 250 years old, whatever.
Sumona, that's heavy.
So Bill Hader is Nick, the son, who they all assume is going to take over Santa Claus duties. But guess what? Does Nick have what it takes? Or does his sister, Noelle, have what it takes?
Who plays Noelle?
Anna Kendrick.
I'm not going to get into it.
All I'll say is that I really enjoyed her in this movie. Okay. And I think most people will too.
I did like her in that HBO match.
Yeah, Love Life.
Yeah.
I think she's charming. The whole movie is charming. So highly recommend. But if I had to pick my all-time favorite Christmas movie, and I'm going to ask you this too, Lauren. So start getting the gears going. My favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone.
I can see that.
You can see that. Because I'm obsessed with being Home Alone.
No. I'm apologizing for the allergies. I know I've been coughing this whole year, but you're going to hear some extra congestion today.
I had a dream that I was friends with Khloe Kardashian and she wouldn't stop coughing.
She wouldn't stop coughing?
She wouldn't stop coughing.
Khloe?
Khloe.
Wow.
Would not stop coughing for an hour straight. And then I just started laughing. I don't think that was the right response.
That's not a good friend response.
No, but
Interesting. Well, that Chloe coughing is not my favorite Christmas movie. But I would watch.
I don't know. It's pretty good. It's festive.
I actually like a lot of Christmas movies. I think like when Elf came out, that like I feel like
Elf is great.
Yeah, I feel like different parts of my life, like there was different ones.
And they're and they're, they're like more sentimental ones.
Yeah.
They're more like zany ones.
And I do watch, Home Alone is when I definitely subscribe to both of them, actually.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like them both equally. I think maybe even Home Alone 2 a little bit more.
Home Alone 2 feels even more Christmassy because
of New York.
Right? Because we have that, right?
Yeah.
But what I gravitate, I even subscribe to Boomerang, like the cartoon, not Cartoon Network. Like Boomerang is like old cartoons. It's like has its own subscription that you can like double down on, and I think Amazon or something has an app. I love cartoons. My mom is a Peanuts freakazoid, and so
is Mariah Carey, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, she does the Charlie Brown Christmas on her second Christmas album.
Does she? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that version actually. Yeah, she's so between Peanuts and the first Frosty the Snowman that was like made in the 50s,
like the kind of claymation-y one, but it's not claymation.
No. The cartoon. It's a cartoon. It's not the claymation one.
But I want to say those claymation Rudolphs and whatever, like I hate those. I hate them. I will not watch them.
Yeah, I don't like the Misfit Island people. They upset me. I agree. I'm not like the biggest of the claymation stuff.
Like I'm talking about the old school stuff that they put on like Freeform.
Yeah, but the Frosty the Snowman, okay, this was in 1969. And it's narrated by Jimmy Durante, who, if you hear this guy's voice, he's one of those like old school, like fairy tale-y kind of voices. And I don't know, it's like that old, the old school cartoons, there were some distinctive whatevers. Sure. So and like whenever he has a hat that hits his head, he goes, "Happy birthday." this Frosty the Snowman. I don't know. There's something comforting about that. And
sure, especially if you watched it as a child.
Yeah.
Right?
So, and like I said, I love animation, and especially old school animation. I also was a big fan as a kid, like when you were watching cartoons and they would do the Christmas version of that show. Or also you were watching
special Christmas episodes.
Yeah. Or like when you were watching Full House and like, then there was the Christmas episode. Like I was always a big fan of Christmas eps.
Yes. I totally.
Or Hanukkah eps, holiday eps. Like a lot of them focused on Christmas, and I'm not going to get into that politicalness, but like,
you can actually search for whatever show you want. Like they'll tell you whatever episodes are holiday episodes. Like the internet will do that for you.
You used to have to wait for this stuff though, so it was almost like more anticipation back in the day. Now you can just stream it whatever anywhere.
Right. I think I'll catch the Felicity holiday episodes because they do. I just bought all of the seasons of Felicity off of Amazon.
You pulled a Lauren. You went down the T trap.
I actually have all the DVDs of them too. I spent a lot of money on Felicity, the show. If you don't know Felicity was on CW. Was it WB?
That was the theme song, which was terrible.
It was, and then like the end is like it's really bad. And then they changed the theme song, like the
but that was the main theme song for like a while. Then she got short hair and things went crazy.
She looked good though. She is one of the most beautiful people, Carrie Russell. She can do no wrong. She could be bald. She's still gorgeous.
She is still gorgeous.
But I loved Felicity. I think it was on CW.
It was CW.
But it wasn't WB back then?
It probably was WB.
Probably WB.
Because it was that and Party of Five and Buffy. They were all
5.
Yeah, did you not watch that?
No, Party of 5 was on Fox. It was not a WB show.
It wasn't?
No. You're like Party of 5, like with Claudia and like no, that's a Fox 5 show.
Sorry. Well, then I used to watch them like all in the same nights. Like and then My So-Called Life was also only for one season. And there's a Christmas episode of that.
Okay. That's another Fox show too. Fox.
No, that was MTV.
My So-Called Life?
Yeah.
Really?
Really? That's how much older I am than you that I know that.
Yeah. I feel like it was a Fox show. I'm Googling.
I'm telling you, it was on MTV.
But if it was, it might have been on MTV, but it might have been Fox Studios.
It might have been, but it was not airing on the Fox network. You had to go to the MTV.
All right. Well,
so yeah, all of those feels. But yeah, I mean, I jump into Home Alone. I jump into Elf. I jump into.
Oh, it's actually an ABC show, My So-Called Life.
Okay.
It was on ABC.
And It's a Wonderful Life is also something that when I lived in New York, I would go see every year at the Sundance Theater.
Oh, that's nice.
And
I actually have never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
So my dad had never seen it until last year, and he loved it. I think
I'm always like, I'm never motivated since it's just me watching these movies, right? I'm never motivated to watch like anything before 1975.
And I am an old woman and I will watch everything that's in black and white.
Yeah, I don't want to watch a black and white movie ever.
That's what my brother had said too, but even Ruben got like pulled into it.
I know it's a classic for a reason. So
he tries to kill himself to get insurance money to help his family. It's pretty deep.
Is that a spoiler alert?
No, I'm just saying like that's what the whole premise of the movie is. Like
but again, like that sounds so sad. I don't know if I want to watch that. It's too sad.
No, it's not. It's what I think that's misconstrued about this movie is because it's old. It's not a tale that kind of has legs. But it's pretty deep and has some relatability to it and some really good old music. Okay. One year I was dating a guy who was a classically trained musician and was in a couple bands. And he like knew the music, like he was like rattling off the music, like who wrote it and this and the name of the songs. And I was like, I really liked that.
Yeah. Points.
I was like, wow, look at this. Like he's old like I am. Cause in my heart, I'm 72, I think. But anyway, I recommend that one to you. I will throw that one at you.
I will try to watch it.
The story has like this. I get that the visual is, sometimes hard for people who are used to not watching. Like they don't want to watch the beginning of The Wizard of Oz because it's in black and white situation.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's not that bad for me. It's not that I hate a movie that's black and white.
Some people just don't watch it. Some people can't. But the story pulls you in. It's a good story. It's a good love story.
Try to watch it this season.
It's a good holiday story.
Yeah.
And then only other one is Muppet Christmas Carol. Come on.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic. I
my favorite version of
Christmas Carol too.
Mickey's?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I watched that in school if we were good.
Yeah, one of those things like was a special day when you get to watch it.
Wasn't Goofy the
I don't remember much of it, but I remember I liked it.
Oh, okay. So Christmas Carol is classic. And going to watch Christmas Carol is always fun, like the actual play. I like going to see that.
Yeah.
And the Nutcracker.
Oh, the Nutcracker.
So sad not to be able to go to like.
But there's that show on Netflix that's called like Hot Chocolate Nutcracker. And
what?
It's like a docu show with what's her face? She's like on Grey's Anatomy now, and she's like such a famous choreographer. She was like the choreographer for Fame, and she like did the movie. And Debbie. I was gonna say Debbie Reynolds, but that's not. I was gonna say
Debbie. I was gonna say Debbie Harry, but I'm like, that's Blondie.
Debbie.
Oh man, all my choreographers.
Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen. Oh my God. Debbie Reynolds.
Grey's Anatomy?
Debbie Gibson. Yes. She's also like, I'm sweating. Sorry. She is either a producer or an executive producer. I think she's an executive producer on Grey's Anatomy now, and
Oh,
she's on
wow.
Grey's Anatomy as a regular. She's been on for a couple seasons now, more than a
Wow.
couple. Yeah.
Debbie Allen's amazing. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
so
she's kind of
this
worth
is Debbie
watching.
Allen's show. So hot, I think it's called Hot Chocolate Nutcracker or something on Netflix. Why does
Why
she
is
get
it
paid for all
called
my
that?
plugging? I don't know. It's like it's cute. It's like, you know, watching these kids like
Oh, it's
practice or
kids.
yeah,
Okay.
I think it's kids. I mean, I don't know. All I know, it says Nutcracker in it. Debbie Allen's a part of it,
And
and
hot
it's on and
chocolate.
it's on Netflix.
No, because she's doing it, I'll check it out. The name is a little deceiving. I don't know if I would like that. Seems a little something I wouldn't
But
be
if you
into.
need
But
your Nutcracker fix, you
yeah,
got something.
I do miss doing the live shows for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Well, and also the Rockettes. I went to see the Rockettes for the first time last year. For the first time.
My parents are obsessed. Like they
It was
watched
an incredible show.
spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it twice in my life. It's great.
I think you need to be in an extra festive spirit. Like I felt like me and my friend Liz were on crack. Like we were ready to like have this experience, you know? And it was just like people screaming the whole time, like in the audience, like the audience was really involved. So it was like a whole experience that made it amazing. But like the show itself is great, but like it's the whole feeling while you're there.
So I'll tell you, I had that experience in the city 4 years ago when I got tickets to go to one of the tapings for the Christmas tree lighting where they do the pre-tapings. And this was really cool. It like we didn't know which one you were gonna get. You kind of like it was like a grab bag and you had to be ready, you know, available a certain night or whatever. And it ended up being a small group, and it was Tony Bennett singing. We were in the 30 Rock building, but on a like a they had like a roof. It wasn't a rooftop. It was like a deck that jutted out that was equal to the height of the cathedral.
Okay.
St. Patrick's. And so it was like him with the street, and then like St. Patrick's was like
in the background.
And it was small. It was like a very small area, and his little wife was there. And he got the word. He sang the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting, blah, blah, blah. And he got the words wrong.
Well,
because he's old, but it was
that happened.
But he did so good, and the band was so good, and it was just, and you had to be dressed festive because like you were on camera. It was one of those things where I was like, oh my god, I'm like living like a Christmas dream. Because you know, because he's so like, when are you gonna get to see? I mean, he walked past us and like brushed our shoulders. I'm like,
wow, I'll never wash that shoulder.
Yeah. You know, it was
that's really cool. What a great Christmas moment.
It was, and it was a few days before before the lighting, so it was very Christmassy in the city at that time. But yeah, I think I respect what the Rockettes do. I've always had an issue with their standards, so I go in judgy.
Okay. Well, yes, let's not get into the Rockette standards. Let's not touch that with a 10.
They're doing better things, but it's still, they've got ways to go. So let's eat some snacks.
Yes.
Thank you for letting us digress on Christmas, but tell us about your favorite shows. Tell us about your favorite food. Tell us about your favorite city experience in whatever city you are over the holidays. You know, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. If you're
I'm just going to say happy holidays. There's so many the festive things happening during this time of year, and I don't want to exclude anybody.
No.
So happy holidays, everybody.
And you know, and hope that you have just a safe one, and you wear your mask.
Yeah.
And you buy masks for people.
And it's a great stocking stuffer.
Handstand. And stay away from your family if you need to, or your friends if you need to.
And just do what's best for you and others. This is a
Be
time
safe.
to care about people and their health and do your part, you
It's the
know?
best gift. It's the best gift you can give the
Yeah.
planet at
Let's
this
not be
point.
so individualistic
No,
this year.
you're
Okay.
not that special. We
Let's
all
be
need to take
better
care.
Americans, please.
Let's be better all over the planet as well. But I agree. We're in
Yes.
that country. So yeah, we're going to
We're
focus.
well, and we're particularly not great. Every other country seems to be able to follow the rules except for us. But
There's that.
okay,
P.S.
Lauren.
Did you watch Southern Charm and how they were breaking all the rules?
No, I haven't watched it. It was
This
probably
next
upset me.
episode, you're going to have a really, really hard time with it. It's re-off. Wear a
Well,
freaking mask, Craig.
Craig is a conspiracy theorist, right? So he doesn't even like the last episode I saw of it, he didn't even believe that it was like real or anything.
He was
I
like,
think
it hasn't come here yet, is what he said to his friend.
if you don't if you haven't been around or lived in a big city at the beginning of COVID, like I get that you might not take it so seriously in other states in the beginning, right? So now we're watching all these shows that
I think
filmed
it
during
was
that
good to
time.
see this because that's how I felt when I came down in June. Now my family was still in gloves and masks, not in Georgia, and I came down to visit. But
Yeah.
like everywhere I went, like masks weren't mandated inside of stores yet. Where in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
you couldn't like walk out in my hallway of the apartment without a mask on. So yeah,
It's scary to watch reality shows that were filmed in this time because you just hear
Mhm.
them saying like, "Oh, what can I do? I washed my hands." And to see them not like wearing a mask, like now we're so used to it.
It's frightening.
It's terrifying.
And I'm hoping that these people are in a better mindset, but I will tell you this episode is hard to watch. All right.
Okay.
Snacks.
We got to talk about snacks.
Yes.
I don't know how many people watch Southern Charm. Lauren, tell everybody about what you have me trying, and I'll also tell people the mix-ins that I added. So
sure. So we chose snacks that remind us of like the holidays for ourselves was kind of where we went, or that are holiday-y to us. And as we know, I tend to go more savory than sweet. And I thought sweet was a little obvious. And we also went through, like, Sumona threw some good sweets at me. So I went Chex Mix. And Chex Mix is so party friendly. And I remember back in the day when, even when I was just like, I was married at one point in my life and was a teacher and going to all these like holiday, like it was like one thing after another. I feel like when you're a teacher, you're always going to something. So I would do the peppermint chocolate bark, and you can make that in like your crock pot. And then I would do Chex Mix, and you can also do Muddy Buddies or something they're called too, which is like peanut butter and chocolate version. But I figured if I was going to do a sweet like with the bark, then I could do a savory with the Chex Mix. So I would make it, and there's a lot of recipes to make it. To make it easy on Simone, I told her she didn't have to like make it, but think about like mixing some things around. I did find an article from New England Today Food that was written last year by a woman named Amy Tucker. And it Chex is made by Purina. The dog was originally made by Purina, the dog food company, in the 30s. And that was just like the rice Chex. So those go back really far. And if you listen to the cereal episode, you hear how far back a lot of this food goes. But people started making the party mixes. I don't know if they were calling it party mixes back then or whatever, between the 30s and 40s. So this actually goes back really, really far. And Worcestershire sauce is like a big secret ingredient inside of the mix. So yeah, I thought this was a good one because I think you do see this at a lot of holiday parties. You can buy the pre-created mix now too, and then zhuzh it yourself. But tell me what you did. I don't even know what you did. I'm excited to hear.
Well, and I like sweet stuff. So for Christmas last year, I did a white chocolate coated Chex Mix, and I also added red and green M&Ms to it.
Yep.
And that was a recipe from What's Gabby Cooking? I think that's what she's called. Anyways, so for this savory Chex Mix, I added honey roasted peanuts like Lauren had suggested. And then I also added, I have the special spicy seasoning by Momofuku because I'm fancy like that.
Girl, that is a fancy seasoning.
So I added that, and then I did warm it up a little in the microwave because
Yeah, that's
Lauren
key. Yeah, I
likes to
think
warm
having it a
stuff
little
up, but
warmer.
it's not warm now. But then
Yeah,
I
but
put it.
everything goes.
Yeah, it gets. I think the flavors meld when you warm it up a little. They bloom, and then I put it in like a little Ziploc bag, and I shook it up, and now I'm going in. I'm excited. I'm a nervous
Yay.
excited.
Yeah, right.
It's really nice. It's a nice savory little party snack. And if you have the Momofuku spicy seasoning, it goes
What does that
really
taste
well.
like?
They have like a billion things in this. It's actually a spicy salt, so I was actually worried that would it make my Chex Mix
Because I was
saltier,
telling you like the seasoned salt. Yeah.
but it's not. It doesn't make it saltier. It just adds like, I don't know, like spice, but like with an oomph of other flavors. Like it on the little jar it comes in, it says you can put it on like pizza and stuff. So
Yum.
it just adds like it adds just a depth of spice that's not
I've
too
even
spicy.
done cayenne pepper. I've told Simona
Right.
before too for like different that I wouldn't have done like the honey roasted peanuts. I'd maybe do like a like a plain cashew or something in there.
Well, I did the honey roasted with
But honey
the
roasted, I
spice.
feel like is just enough sweet. If you want to make it a little sweeter, but yeah, any spices. I think it's one thing that's overlooked a lot. It's a nice like it's an even playing field of a base. It's like a good on its own, but then whatever kind of taste that you want, you can add to it. You
It
know?
really like elevates it.
What was your nose? Did you smell your
I think it just
Momofuku?
smells like my Momofuku
Does
spicy
it?
salt. Yeah. I wish I could send it to you because
I know. Well, tell me exactly. Yeah, or I'll buy that. That sounds
I think you can
delicious,
get it
that
off of the
spice.
Momofuku website. They have 3 spice blends that I cook with often. So I thought, why not put this spicy salt in the Chex Mix? And it works really well. Works really well. So that was, I
Nice.
like that a lot. If we ever get to have Christmas parties again, I will put out a bowl of this.
Yay. I think everyone goes for it. It's like it's a nice treat.
It's a nice treat. Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about what you gave me?
Yes. Are you going to start with the cookie one or the
Yes.
drink?
Let's go in with the cookies.
Well, I kind of want you to do
All
the
right,
drink.
I'll go with the drink.
Just because the cookie is really sweet and I don't want it to make the drink then not as sweet in comparison.
Okay.
So I love Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's this season has made this cranberry ginger beverage, sparkling, which Lauren is holding up if you're watching us on YouTube.
It's a very seasonal package.
It's so cute. If you have you opened the box
No,
yet?
I was waiting for this.
Okay. The can is like a beautiful cranberry color. It's a nice slim can. And it's Lauren's holding it
Kind of
up.
like a Red Bull size, about the size of a Red Bull.
Yes. A little bit smaller, I think. Or maybe it's the same size.
I think the normal Red Bull, it's this size.
Right. But if you're drinking Red Bull, I guess like who's drinking a normal size Red Bull? I've never really
I haven't had
Red Bull
in a really long time. I need to
only
just really
had
drink
it-
it with alcohol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I've never actually drank like a
Which
Red Bull.
this is also a good mixer, by the way.
Yes, it's a very potent beverage, I think, and I think it would be great for a cocktail.
Yeah, there's even a mocktail
recipe on the box, right?
and the option is to add vodka. So
Yeah. So I think you should just go for it. I just really, really, really loved this drink. I bought 3 boxes.
dang,
Well, I
girl.
bought 1 box and then I finished it and then I bought 3 more because also Trader Joe's products don't last very long.
There was a lot of hot like seasonal drinks there though.
They have like a sugar plum drink.
It took us a while. It took me a minute to find it because there was a few and they were kind of scattered.
Yeah. So what does it smell like to you? Does it have a nose?
It does. I'm trying to figure out what it smells like. I mean, it smells like cranberry, but it's reminding me of something. Maybe it's just reminding me of like a beach drink. I feel like this is something that is mixed and I don't know, it's very crisp smelling.
Okay, good.
Is that a way to say it? Like it just
So it might be like a dry, like it might remind you of a dry, sparkling.
it's taking me to a beachy place is what it
Okay.
in my
Okay.
head. But
Take a sip. I'm excited for you to try it.
whoa, that's a lot of flavor.
It is, right?
Dang. I just feel like I just feel like my like blood sugar just spiked.
Well, I mean, it is sweet, but I
It's
think
really
it really
sweet.
it packs so much flavor. Like it's exactly
It's
what
cranberry ginger. It's exactly what it says.
yeah. And would you say for me when I have it, I taste the cranberry first and then you're hit with the ginger
Yeah.
in
And
the end?
I'm like a big fan of a ginger shot. Actually, speaking of being so congested today, that's something I need to go to like Whole Foods and get. I'm a big fan of a ginger shot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a hard one for some people,
Yeah.
but
I didn't like ginger when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I love it. But I did not love
yeah,
it
it's a
before.
different. Well, and a ginger shot is pretty
Well, yeah,
stark,
that's
but
in
it's like I'm
yeah.
like I use it for medicinal, purposes like health or what. But
Well, and in India, like singers would they chew
eat the
ginger,
root or chew the root.
yeah,
Yeah.
for to clear the vocals and stuff.
Um, it has 90 calories in one can.
It's a lot. I think it's a lot, but it's so flavorful.
It's really flavorful, and I was gonna say there's a citrus to it, and it has like a citric acid in it. It has like like a touch of a lime
Mm-hmm.
that's happening in this for me too, but it's delicious, and with alcohol you could get lit.
Yeah,
with
I hope that
this.
Trader Joe's continues to make this beverage because, like I said, they discontinue products
This is
quickly.
actually something because like what's the shelf life for this? You could have this for a while, right?
I think that I have to go this weekend and just buy 5 more
That's what I'm
packs of it.
saying. Like, if you
Yeah.
want like a cool mixer for something, or even like for a New Year or something, if
Yeah.
you're doing something in your home, like this would like it doesn't take. You don't need like there's a whole freaking recipe on here, but
You don't need
literally
that.
you
You
just
can
need
just give
vodka.
yeah. Like
Go
I
get a
would say
Tito's and just no.
I think that because it's like cranberry ginger, it does have like kind of a floral bouquet. I think it would also be great with gin if
Yeah.
you're into gin.
No, I think it has a lot of potential. I'm just
And then
saying,
you
I
could
think
put
you just
like
need alcohol. That's it. You don't
yeah.
even need to.
This is how I would do my cocktail. I would do gin, this drink, and then a sprig of rosemary for a garnish.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That would be my cocktail if I was having cocktails with this. But it's such a great drink. I really like it. I
I
hope
would
they
take my
keep
rose
it.
gold glasses. I would throw this, Tito's, and I think I might cut a lime. If I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
garnish, I think I would cut a lime and I would put it in it
Yeah.
so that it's sitting on top because that's very Christmassy looking too. It'd be this pink bread
Right. That's
with the
why
green
I want to add
garnish. I get
the
it.
garnish of rosemary
I'm not judging you.
to make it seem like it's like a Christmas tree in your
I'm
drink.
not judging you. All right.
So the
Second
next one
is gingerbread babies, mini gingerbread people.
yeah, this was a new product that I saw at Trader Joe's. I was not sure if it was going to be good or not, but I ended up loving it, and my parents loved it. And
Ooh,
I
we
need
got
to
the
get another.
parental approval. Oh,
Yeah,
and
I need to get another
P.S.
box.
Diane Jones went to Trader Joe's for the very first time in her whole life. That's
Wow.
mom.
Yeah.
And so we will be adding to our Insta story her review of Trader Joe's.
So you
I
can
will
check
tell
that
you,
out.
it was a cold and rainy night, and it was in like the middle of the work week, so it was a little like
It wasn't optimal.
it wasn't optimal. Like we kind of wanted to get in and out a little bit, but I think she had enough of the experience and the amount of.
And how crowded was your Trader Joe's at that time?
I mean, Trader Joe's are always small,
Right.
in my areas anyway. New York, they're a little bit larger, depending upon the ones you go to, but um, it wasn't too crowded. But the problem was people just like aimlessly walking around like nut jobs. I feel like here's my 2 cents on shopping at a Trader Joe's. 9 times out of 10, you're somebody that knows what you want. So like go get the stuff that you want and then peruse. where holiday stuff is, so that
Yeah.
you're not looking like a moron and standing, and especially in a pandemic where we're like, move, don't stand in
Right.
the middle of everything.
Well, I
So we
find that
experienced that.
the aisle that gets the bottlenecks the most is like their frozen foods aisle, because
Right, because it
everybody's
has the
just
stuff.
looking,
Well, and it has the
and
stuff on top too.
yeah, that has all the stuff on top with all the cookies,
Which is
sweets,
where
and
I
chocolate.
originally found these guys, but then they also had a thing at the end.
Yeah.
So, but we also had gotten a very specific list from Rue, my dad, because he was like, "Oh, you're going to Trader Joe's. I want to try this and that and whatever." So, long story short, there are a lot of carbohydrates with sugar all over them downstairs in this house. Trader Joe's was started in 1958. It was a small chain in the LA area. And back in the day, they were called pronto markets, which meant you shopped quick and fast. I'm not going to go into like a whole bunch of history. There's actually a great history podcast called Groceries, by the way, that is hilarious. Aaron Gibson and Brian Safi, sorry, who are just funny, and they talked about Trader Joe's a couple times on there, so I highly recommend that podcast.
I think we've mentioned the podcast before too.
Have we?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of their podcast prior. They have another one too, which they just changed the name.
Yeah, they just changed the name. I don't remember what the new name is.
I'll find it. But anyway, 72. They again granola. Remember granola last episode?
Granola.
So granola. They actually sold granola as a private label, and I think it was one of the first like packaged granolas in stores. It was like a very like a big thing, and other companies jumped on that. But they buy direct from suppliers, and blah, blah, blah. That's why they have we buy volume contract and early to get the best prices. Most groceries charge their supplier fees for putting an item on the shelf, which results in higher prices, which is why they can kind of keep the prices down, because it's all like branded them, whatever.
Right. There's no middleman with Trader Joe's.
And they do have some staples for sure. Everything I'm reading though is on the Trader Joe's website. So there's a whole like, again, like Starbucks, very similarly, there's a whole timeline. And it explains like where he went on a trip to, like the theme is very, I'm in an island, and in this,
it's Hawaiian.
So he's visited a couple places outside of residential California, and he comes back with this inspiration and blah blah blah. So, but that's all on that that podcast
website
too,
the
website, and then you could go into the podcast too. So, but these to me are. So you said these are new?
Yes,
they had a lot of these in the store. They were really pushing these.
I think that they're great. I mean, I think Trader Joe's always has like a ginger snap year round. But I think that
that's what this is. Well, that makes
sense. It's a gingerbread cookie. So this is their like festive holiday specific gingerbread, man. Okay. And I think it has a white chocolate coating on it too, which is, I think, like what makes it extra special. All
right. Well, I haven't even opened any of this. Oh, Attitudes is the name of their new podcast.
Okay. Right. I knew it was one word.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Do you get more excited when you see the clear bag or when you see the silver bag? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I do know what you're talking about. I would say silver, just because silver is nicer.
Ooh, I don't even have this up to my nose and I smell gingerbread men.
Yay.
These they look like a gingerbread man I used to eat as a child. That was a cookie, and I don't know who made who the company was, but this looks very similar, just didn't have the chocolate.
So it for our listeners, it is a little man, and it has indents of decoration on it, like as a gingerbread man.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then on the back, it's coated in like a white chocolate coating, right? That's what it says, or something fudge. What does the box say?
White fudge icing.
There we go. It blazed into my mind.
Smells so good. I'm going.
Yeah. She's going in.
Oh, look a little hard.
Well, I mean, gingerbread should be hard. It shouldn't. It's not a soft cookie, unless you're going for a soft cookie. But these gingerbread,
Unless it's I was gonna say a scone, but even a scone needs to be hard.
Gingerbread is typically tough. That's why you make houses out of it.
Right. And then you live there for the winter.
Right. So what do you think?
It's delicious. It's perfect.
It's perfect, right? It's perfect. It is a perfect gingerbread.
The perfect size.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too much. It's not too little. I'm actually drinking a coffee.
Goes really great with coffee. I love it. I have to buy another box. I love it that much.
These are so good. I'm a big fan.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy
to be get diabetes after this Trader Joe's visit. I love both of these for the win. And I'm going to say this about Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's can be a mess.
Oh, for sure.
It has its moments of miss. But I didn't know if Sumona was going to throw me a miss. Not to be facetious, just to be like, what do you think of this one? But these lived up to expectations. I can tell you how the other ones plan out though, because we bought like the peppermint cookies, we bought the tin of the pretzels, we bought the tin of everything that was covered in chocolate with like a million things in it.
Yeah.
We got the cranberry something nuts. We got like anything that had a holiday holly on it. I think
you purchased. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all right.
No. Okay, so now we're eating. So okay, Lauren found Captain Crunch Berry's holiday edition. She's holding it up. It says Christmas Crunch on it. I did not find that, so I'm having to do Crunch Berries, and it's okay because I haven't had Crunch Berries since I was.
We think they're gonna taste the same anyways, but I had to get this freaking family size box. I don't even know.
You always have to get the family sized box.
Well, I went to Target. I got it at Target. And so that's where I bought it because I was afraid I wasn't gonna find it.
Such artificial fruity.
I haven't had
nonsense.
Captain Crunch.
And I'll say that I love regular Captain Crunch. I had Crunch Berries as a child, and I hated it. So I've never looked back. I like regular Captain
Crunch Berries in it. I mean, they have green Christmas trees and red stars and the Captain Crunch.
That must be the Crunch Berry flavor.
I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They're the same color as Crunch Berries. So
okay. Are Crunch Berries green too?
There's green, there's red, there's purple, and there's blue.
These are supposed to be hats and snowmen? This looks like a star to me. What? Oh, they're in stars. Okay. I don't see a hat or a snowman. All right, so this is a Crunch Berry. You're telling me this green thing?
Yeah, I'm eating it with milk or
oat milk. I'm eating it dry. Ew.
I think this smells disgusting.
It smells like fake. Yeah. Like
it smells like red dye number 500. I only like regular Captain Crunch, and I like the peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah, we went through that on the.
Yes, but I'm just letting everybody know that
this lasts until May 15, 2021. What is this made of? That's a long time. I do not like it. I don't think I like
a fan of these Crunch Berries.
You said not, or you are?
Not.
Okay.
I only like the regular.
I don't think I like regular Captain Crunch. This is a lot of Captain Crunch. I hope my brother eats this.
Oh my God. That was not great.
No, but you know what I really like about the back of this box is it has one of those
does it have a maze?
Has a maze.
Nice.
And it's like a Christmas tree maze. I used to be all about doing the maze on the back.
This one it's called Don't Be a Square. Take turns drawing one line connecting two dots. No diagonals. When you complete a square, write your initials inside.
That's
the player
too much. What's going on?
with the least amount wins. I used to play this game in like middle school. Did you never play the dot square game?
I don't know
what it's called.
It's too many rules. I just want to do something by myself. Get to the end of the. Is there like a villain in Captain Crunchland? Look at this. Look at this scary Santa Claus. You see him?
Oh yeah, he's the same guy who's the pirate on the back of mine.
He looks like The bad guy from Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah.
The
like
rat tat 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 tat
yeah.
tat tat cha.
Or as I like to always do it, like rat tat 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 tat, like Missy Elliott.
Rat tat 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 tat.
Yeah, so that blew.
That was the worst. Like, where is the there's
Don't
something
get-
more things to put in my mouth?
Don't
Oh,
get
this is
crunch
Quaker
berries.
Oats. It's Quaker Oats.
Yeah, it's by Quaker Oats. The
Which
cereals by Quaker
we
Oats.
find that we prefer General Mills cereals. We learned that the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to tell you this. There is on the History Channel. I was watching with my dad the other day. I think my dad just like likes to watch History Channel and like fall asleep to it and then like wake up and be like, oh, I'm on a different show, but I'm okay with it. So I was watching a series about food history and they had Post and Kellogg's on it.
Well, and yeah, because they started that whole
right. But I mean, like you saw the asylum, you saw the spa in Michigan, you saw the whole
sanitarium, just in case it's not just in case it's not an asylum. We know it's a sanitarium, but that's what we pictured.
And they also, and there's also an interesting story about Heinz and how they all started ketchup. They got like, they're involved in legislation and all this stuff to protect themselves from like using some companies that were unsanitary because they were one of the first factories. It was really kind of fascinating. So I don't know the name of the series, but it's definitely on History Channel and it's about like food in our country. But if you want to go in more on the whole story, like the crazy Elijah's Manna and the whole storyline that we shared with you, that was quite dramatic last week. Like a lot of drams. Yeah, there's a whole show about it. So it's like a series, really interesting. So I felt very educated going in. I'm like, I knew this. Okay. I knew all about this.
Always a good feeling.
It was a good feeling. I'm like,
yeah.
Did you read that New York Times article about this? Because I did. I think that's it for holiday.
Yeah. We do have something special coming up. You're not going to see our actual faces as our thumbnail to our different accounts because Lauren, take it from here.
Because we have a logo. And we're very cute little characters. And our friend Amanda B.
Thank you, Amanda.
For us. Amanda killed it.
Yes, she did.
We're going to link to her so that you can see more of her designs. She is a designer. She's worked in the fashion industry for a very long time, but I in particular love her aesthetic. And though I did go to art school, I was like, had a lot on my plate and decided, why don't I ask somebody else and bring them in on the mix here? Yeah. Another strong creative woman. And she created a really adorable logo for us that we will be sharing and giving to all of you over the holidays as our holiday gift to you.
And to us.
And to us, yeah.
It's our Christmas present to ourselves too.
It kind of is. And it's awesome because it'll just be easy to spot us. It's nice to have a strong graphic to spot us on all the socials and on all of the streaming areas. Because guess what, guys? We have had 64 regular followers on the grams. We have had definitely more than 10 downloads every episode.
It's to be celebrated.
It is to be celebrated. Minisodes, I feel like some of you are lacking on. But we know that those are only on YouTube right now.
Cast it on your TV while you're vacuuming or something.
It's 10 minutes usually.
You'll catch like some tidbits or like while you're cooking, like put it on in the background or something.
Yeah, they're about 10-minute episodes, which we probably will be streaming eventually too. But long and short, it'll just be easy to spot us. Amanda, you killed it. You're so talented.
Thank you. We love it.
We really love you and we love it. And we're so happy to celebrate a strong creative woman doing it for herself. I think that's it for today.
That's it.
Sisters doing it for themselves.
Right. Just like picturing First Wives Club running through my head.
I picture Playing House, Body Be Bang.
Oh, okay. Anyways, from all of our television digressions, happy holidays from myself and Lauren. And we'll see you soon and talk to you soon.
Yeah. And
Keep
keep snacking.